I am an absolute mess after watching this episode. Hello everyone, it's Leo and it's time to talk about episode 14 from You and Idol PreCure, an incredible Kokoro episode celebrating both Mother's Day and Kokoro's birthday. By the way, happy birthday, Kyun. I truly love Kyun. I love the cast of You and Idol so much. I am obsessed with the three, with Purirun as well, and obviously with Marodon now. So this was a very peculiar episode. I feel like everything I was expecting for it was like 10 times stronger. And it's interesting because I feel like most of the more emotional moments were during the fighting scene. And the fighting scene, it took a huge chunk of the episode. I was really impressed. And it was very good as a fighting scene, but it was also very good as an iconic moment for this episode. Oh my god, it was really impressed. I am so impressed. So let's talk about it. Kokoro wakes up, and when she looks at her cell phone and the calendar, she sees that it's Mother's Day. So she's very excited. It's a Sunday. But when she gets to see her mom is getting ready for work. And it was not a day that she was supposed to work, but she had to go to work nonetheless. And so Kokoro just feels a little bit, but you know, that's how it is. And Kokoro is happy nonetheless because, you know, it's Mother's Day. She's going to have time to prepare something for her mom. She goes out, she buys a flower, and then she goes to Cafe Glitter because together with the flower, there's a little card, and she does not know what to write in the card. I already love this first setup for the episode because first thing, it's very hard to put our feelings into words. I mean, for some people it's harder, and I understand that. I find it very hard as well. I feel like nowadays it's a little easier for me, but you know, growing up, I had such a hard time putting my feelings into words, so I totally understand Kokoro. And you know, one of the things that I love about You and Idol, what I love about PreCure in general, is that they talk about things they're going through. And in You and Idol specifically, we've been having this for a while, and I love it. Every time someone has a little conflict, the girls get together to try to resolve it. And that's what happens in this episode with a very funny scene in Cafe Glitter because everyone was like, they were all preparing something and Kokoro could not see what they were preparing. And so she entered there. They quickly hid everything. And then they started talking. I mean, the three of them started talking. Tanaka was there, but he did not participate. And I love this vibe. Tanaka, he participates in specific things. But when it comes to personal things and moments that teenage girls or early teenage girls, in the case of the You and Idol girls, that they would spend together and an adult would be weird around them, they spend together and Tanaka is not part of it. I love this vibe. I love that the season is doing it. And girl, at that moment, the way Purirun was playing with Marodon in the background of that scene, it was everything. But then what obviously mattered was what the girls were talking about, what Kokoro was going through, and the girls started helping her. And I loved that dialogue at that moment because we have Uta singing her feelings to her mom. Like that's what I would do. And you know, she sang that with a very lovely scene. And by the way, just using that scene as an example, the animation of this episode was top notch. Oh my god. Like, especially in the human moments, it was incredible. It was incredible. Oh my god. And after that, Uta has her own way of dealing with her emotions, which is through singing. But then Nana comes in with an advice. Because after the singing moment, Kokoro's like, oh my god, my heart is going kyun. Kokoro kyun shitemasu. And Nana's like, think about a moment that you spent with your mom that your heart went kyun. What is a moment that was Kokoro kyun shitemasu with you and your mom? I loved that. And, you know, Kokoro was like, ooh, I like this. I'm going to think about it. And she leaves and she starts thinking about a moment that she had with her mom. And she remembers a moment in when she was a very young child. She was at school and or daycare, and all of the children were gone, and she was by herself. And then her mom arrived to get her. Her mom is always working very hard, but she never, for once, abandoned Kokoro. And I feel like that's the biggest that's the biggest thing in Kokoro's heart. And so Kokoro remembers that specific moment, and she gets all happy. That is what she's going to write about. That is the feeling that she wants to convey to her mom. And then we already get to the villains. And the villains in this episode, I mean, I am loving Team Chokiri so much. We have Cuddy watching the Cure Idol performance. Right now, we're not going to have the solo performances anymore. I mean, at least not regularly as we did before. So it's nice that we're listening to Cure Idol's song, at least through Cuddy. And he does not care. Zakuri is by his side. He does not care. Like, at first he tried to hide everything from Zakuri, but now he is not. And then when Chokirine arrives, then he tries to hide it. And then Zakuri is the one who is chosen to attack in today's episode. And then he goes in to attack. And so before we go on, as we usually do, let's go to our Idol Corner. Today's Idol Corner is all about Avam. A grace period for our adulthood. With this concept, Avam is a group formed of 7 members that started their activities in 2021, undergoing name changes until they rebirthed as Avam in 2023. They have a very unique style, mixing Lolita fashion with dark visuals and a lot of girly fantasy. Avam on stage is always a party. Their official YouTube channel has lots of live performances, but their music videos are also great with impeccable visuals. Avam song recommendations are Anti-Royal, Kiss and Bite Me, Devil Up, Tokimeki SOS. I love the impeccable visuals from Avam. They are truly perfect. And now coming back, we have Zakuri arriving at the station where Kokoro is waiting for her mom. And everyone in the station is very full of kira, but he sees someone who is extremely full of kira, who is Kokoro's mother, who is the victim of this episode. And he quickly turns her into a kurayamida, and Kokoro is very angry. I love that shot of Kokoro that we cannot see her eyes, and she is pissed. And we have her transformation as Kyun. She transforms by herself in this episode, and then she starts fighting. And she is desperate to save her mother. She really wants to make her feelings come across, and she wants her mom back. I mean, I think everyone would be desperate to save their loved ones, no matter who they were, especially if they were your parents. And it's understandable Kokoro's desperation, Kyun's desperation. She's trying her best, she's trying her hardest, but it's hard for her. The Kurayamidas are stronger. And then whenever she is in a pinch, we have Cure Wink and Cure Idol arriving. I said Cure Wink's name first because she arrived first with the Wink barrier. And I just have to say, I love Cure Wink battling every single time. It's hard for me to like barrier cures, but girl, Cure Wink, she is amazing. Her barrier works so well. I mean, it did not work for once, and we had to have 3 different monsters attacking at the same time for it to break. So yes, a queen. She's lace. And so together with the full team, she says that it's her mom there, and they start thinking of techniques on how to get the Kurayamida, because they try a couple times and it's not easy. And the two girls, both Idol and Wink, they start noticing that Kyun is desperate to save her mother. And that's what she wants to do the most. And she is having a hard time nonetheless. But the girls have a technique. The girls have an idea. They're going to bring all the attacks to themselves so that Kyun is able to have her moment and save her mom. And I think that the battles in UN Idol, they're really fun. And I think that this one was another example of that. We have the girls jumping, we have the girls kicking and punching. And I love that Cure Wink is like, her speciality is kicking. That's very fun. And in this fight, it was another example of that. Apart from all the emotion that we're going to talk about now, there was the action. The action part was there. And I had a lot of fun watching the girls escape, watching the girls kicking and punching and, doing their thing as skewers. I love it. And I also love that the resolution of Kokoro's feelings came in the cure part of the episode, in the cure moment of the episode. I feel like after a few seasons of the cure portion not mattering that much, in UN Idol, I feel like they're bringing it back. So I like it. I like that the cure part of UN Idol is really important. The last two seasons, I feel like the cure moments, they were there, but they didn't matter that much to the characters, to the growth, and to the evolution of the season. And I think UN Idol is bringing it back. So I like it. And whenever we had the moment in which both Idol and Wink were able to bring the Koreamida attention to themselves and have Kyun jump high and use the Kyun laser, that's when the episode that was already God tier, it became like extremely God tier. I don't even have words, because at that point, one thing that I found really nice is the way that she used the Kyun laser to go against the Kurayamida power. And at that moment, she started remembering everything that her mom did for her. And look, we live in a capitalist society, and Japan lives. We're talking about Japanese characters. And so her mom has to work very hard to make ends meet, to have a home, and to provide for her family. And it's clear that her mom is tired. It is clear that her mom is overworked. It's clear that her mom does not have enough time to spend with Kokoro. But her mom, apart from being the provider for the family, she is also very present, and she does everything she can to be present in her daughter's life. She is there with her in every single moment, whenever she can be. Because it's not possible for her to be there every time, because she has to work, and to work a lot. And I love that the episode was able to show that in such a beautiful and simple way, with like simple moments. Like, she's helping me with homework. She is sleeping. She cannot stay awake of how tired she is, but she is here helping me. Like, simple moments, but clear enough for us to understand what's been going on. And we also know that Kokoro had a father who had passed away. And we saw whenever her dad was sick, we had the whole scenario in which her dad was still healthy, and then he got sick, and then they were visiting him in the hospital. Kokoro was still happy, and then he passed away. And that was tough to watch. That was really, really tough to watch. The way Kokoro cried, and her mom hugged her, and her mom was also crying. Her mom had to stay strong. Her mom had to stay powerful, because at that point, it was not only her sadness, it was also her daughter's sadness. And her mom stayed strong. It was not easy for her mom. Probably we don't have the perspective of Kokoro's mother, but for her, it must have been hard. For Kokoro, it was hard, but for her mom, it was hard too. And Kokoro acknowledged that. She knows it's been a hard moment for her, but what about her mother? For her mother, it was tough, but she kept on going. Because of Kokoro, she kept on going. And all of that power that her mom has every single day of her life to stay strong, to stay tall, to stand tall, and to keep on going. That is a power that you have to have every single day of your life, and her mom has it. And that power got to Kokoro. Kokoro understood that those feelings that she had inside of her to go through the paper are those feelings of gratitude, of how strong her mom is. And those feelings, like for now, she understands them even better. And all that power just went through her. We had the girls supporting her. We had Purina and Merodon supporting her. And we had that big boom of laser to the sky and falling down on the Kurayamida. And the Kurayamida was defeated with Trio Dreams after that beautiful moment. What a beautiful moment. There's a lot that happened in this episode that I did not talk about, and I will talk about after concluding the Kokoro and her mom storyline. So after that, her mom wakes up. So Kokoro was supposed to wait for her mom at the station, but she decided not to, and her mom went to her house, and then Kokoro went right after with the present that she had for her. She told the girls like she was gonna go in front of them, and that's what she did. But when she got there, the surprise was there, baby. It was time for them to celebrate Kokoro's birthday. Kokoro was so into Mother's Day that she forgot it was her own birthday. The girls were preparing a party together with Tanaka, but Tanaka was not in the party. Purina and Merodon were as stuffed animals. That was very cute. I loved it. And we had grandma and grandpa and mom as well. And Kokoro was shocked, but at the same time, she was happy. She was a little shy, but also very happy. The girls gave her Pretty Holic. Now we have the 3 Pretty Holics there. Girl, buy the products. Product placement right there, babe. And then we had other presents. We had a present from the grandma and grandpa. And then we had the most important present, which was her mom's present. Her mom's present was the Idol PreCure single. And why did I love that? I loved Kokoro's little smile. And when the girls saw that, they were like, okay, this is our inner joke. But it's not only that. Obviously, it was special in a way. But also because her mom, she works so much, but she knows a lot about her daughter. Her daughter's passion from Idol PreCure is recent, but her mom knows about it because her mom has been looking over her. She never stopped looking over her. And after the little birthday celebration, we had the Mother's Day hug and celebration as well. She gave her the Mother's Day present and she told her what she was feeling, which was very beautiful. And they hugged each other, and Kokoro remembered everything and how her mom stayed close to her. So what do we have at this moment which enriched Kokoro's character even more was her dad passed away, and then she got the support that she needed from her mom. And then we see it at this point, like she started dancing and her mom started dancing with her. Her mom was always by her side in all of the activities that she did. She was watching her dance performances, everything that Kokoro did. Her mom was right there with her. And then we get to see a little bit of the mom's perspective, which is for her and her husband at the time, which is Kokoro's dad, obviously, they were so happy to have Kokoro. And we have one of the most beautiful shots ever of baby Kokoro. Oh my God, she was so cute. Baby Kokoro smiled And then that smile, that expression turned into current Kokoro. I loved that scene so much. It was so beautiful. It warmed my heart so much. And we can see where one of the sources of the power from Kokoro's mother, which is Kokoro's father. He passed away, but his feelings are still here, and they are extremely grateful and happy that Kokoro exists. They even say this at one point, like, we're happy you exist. So it's very lovely. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment. Oh my God. And they hugged each other. At that point, I was crying so hard. And then they changed the scene to Uta and Nana. They were both crying. I was like, I'm just like them. Oh my God. And then they take a beautiful picture of the happy birthday moment. And that is how things end for this episode. What a beautiful, beautiful ending that was. Lots of product placement in the birthday little party, but I loved it. What an incredible episode. I feel like this is one of the best PreCure episodes ever. Ever. Like, truly, it was incredible. And now let me talk about other things that happened in this episode. I'm sorry, this video is going to be long. There's a lot of things that happened today. One of them is Puriren and Merodon. So after Merodon's arrival, I thought that Puriren and Merodon were going to take the spotlight a little more. And what happens is that they didn't. The last two episodes, they barely appeared and they were not that relevant. But there was still time for them. In this episode, we learned the origin of the fairies from Kiraki Land, and, well, they come all from the same source, which is a tree. And when that tree appeared with Purirun's face in it, I thought of Kirby. You remember the Kirby tree? But still, what matters here is that we were all in doubt if Purirun and Merodon were sisters. They're not. I mean, technically they are, but they're really not. I mean, not that it matters. They're not sisters as in human relationships. They're just not sisters. It's clear now that they're not. And it's nice that we got a little bit more lore on Kiraki Land. And I love when they show something about Kiraki Land. It's always very pretty. And we have one of the last scenes of the episode is Purirun and Merodon's dialogue. And it was very cute. Whenever Kokoro was thanking her mom, Purirun was watching everybody. Everyone was so full of Kirakira. And it's interesting that the cures, they have different Kirakira than the rest of the people. And after Kokoro thanked her mom, Merodon also thanked Purirun. And Purirun was like, but I'm not your mother. And Merodon was like, well, can't I thank you nonetheless? And Purirun was like, of course you can. And for Merodon, this type of relationship, mother and daughter, mother and son, it does not exist in Kiraki Land. It's a different society. Obviously, it's since there is no family like us, it is going to be a society that is different with different types of relationships. And it's nice that we see how important Purirun is for Merodon in a more sane setting, because so far it's all been a joke. And it's nice that we see it in a more of a mellow, cute setting. I really like it. And we also see Purirun's feelings for Merodon. Purirun also hugs Merodon. Not hugs. She takes Merodon's hand in her. I mean, kind of. And they hold hands at the end of the episode. It was really, really adorable. And one last thing I have to talk about is Zakuri. So Cuddy has been getting something, which is the how much he likes the idols. And now Zakuri also has something. After today's battle, he witnessed everything that happened with Kyun and her feelings towards her mom. He got emotional. For the first time in UN Idol, Zakuri showcased a different emotion. And it was nice. It was so nice. I wonder where this is going to take him. I feel like they are working hard on both Cuddy and Zak. I mean, in Cuddy's case, a little more. Cuddy was very thankful that he did not have to battle in today's episode. He seemed thankful because I don't think he wants to anymore. And in Zakuri's case, it's nice they're starting to give him something. Anyways, let's stop, because if I could keep on going for hours and hours about this episode. But oh my god, next week is gonna be fun. Another episode for Metadon, and I'm happy. I really want to see Metadon center stage again. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I want to take this time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you're a member here on YouTube, if you're a member on Patreon, if you support me on Throne, thank you very much. Thank you for making Magical Cinnamon happen. And if you've watched up to now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.